Right, we're back, and at the end of the last session, the party performed the ritual, the ceremony, the annual ceremony, the flow, and um, the armored individual on the battlement was hollering out, "Let the water flow!" And on the last application of the water on top of this rock, it cracked open, and it violently cracked open, and they heard a shriek of a creature or something inside, and that's where we're at now. So, the second you hear the shriek, it's like it's extremely loud, and Marigal and Palakis, they both stop. They're already being still, but you can see their faces are in stunned silence, and both of their eyes go wide, and they take one cautious step back and
no.
they make to draw weapons or defend themselves. And what all do you do? I'll say that take it 5 seconds at a time here. So in the first 5 seconds of the shriek, that's what you see.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to. So we have all our weapons and stuff.
You
with
have
us,
all your
right?
Yeah, you have
Just
your
underneath our clothes.
under your robe. Someone's breathing into a mic, by the way. But yeah, you guys are all you're fully armored and armed. You have all of your stuff. It's just you have these ceremonial robes on over the top.
I'm gonna take a cautious step back. I don't want to grab my weapon though.
Okay.
So how big are these?
I'm gonna grab.
Dira gets her sword out.
Yep.
Okay. Do you bother taking your robe thing off? Or you don't care. You just leave it on.
I take it all off and I'm ready to go.
Okay. Okay. So Dira just rips off her cloth. It's easily terrible. Rips it off, sword out, looking around, primed for fighting, ready to go. The rest of you.
How big are these ore things that we?
They're
water?
They're 4 or 5 feet long. They're large. They're very large. They're wood. Yeah, they're a wooden. If anything, they'd be like a staff. If weapon wise,
Okay.
they'd be something like a staff.
I like to have that and have a knife out in the other hand, ready maybe just to drop. The knife
it'd be if you want to use it as a weapon, it'd be a two-handed weapon. You would be able to.
I'll keep my knife holstered and I'll just have that as a weapon.
Okay.
Temporarily, so.
Marcus.
You guys are a lot braver than me. I'm heading for the river.
That's better. Yeah. What's significant? Is there any kind of cover close to us? Besides
No, you're in this
exposed.
You're kind of in this, as you see there on the image. Your guys are surrounded by a couple tents in this flat section of land. There's a battlement with a keep to your north, and to your west is a bridge, and there's a bunch of rocks and stuff leading down to water. But you're kind of hemmed in everywhere. So Marcus makes a break for the bridge. You said.
I make a break for the river.
For the river, okay. He makes a break for the river, and then Dorian.
Oh, man, dude, everybody's prepping. I just took a step back.
That's fine. Okay, this is just the first initial thing. So
yeah, but
a few seconds.
Can I take my cloak off?
Absolutely, yeah. If you want it off, if you want to leave it on, leave it on. If you want to take it off, that's fine. So all this happens instantly, and you hear another just loud shriek, piercingly loud, high-pitched scream, and you hear more cracking of the egg, and it fully shatters open and explodes. It's hot shrapnel pieces flying everywhere, but it's actually very thin walled. It's more sharp than like a blunt impact. It's a very sharp edges and stuff that explode, but it blows away, and then what's laying there curled up is this baby dragon. It's 5 feet long, curled up, and it's bright white, and it's curled up tight like a small little animal. It's curled up tight, but its head is pointed straight up, and its maw is pointing straight up in the air, and it's just screaming and just high pitched baby dragon scream. And when this happens, when the egg finally is gone and everyone can see what this is, Palakis turns and runs. He turns and runs towards the keep. Marigal doesn't move at all. She's like stationary. She looks I guess she looks focused and concentrated, and she's like looks like she's ready. She's looking right at the creature. She's not looking at you guys. She's just looking at the creature, like in the ready to react kind of a reaction is what she has. She's not moving though. On the other side of the river, all the people who are cheering, it's like silence, and like a couple people here and there just like shrieking like, what the hell? Like, this is not normal. Like what is, like, terror, but it's more confusion. Like, what in the hell is this? Like, this is not, you can look and see, and just by how you see Marigal and how you see Palakis, like, you can tell that this is not how the ritual goes every year, this ceremony. We're off script here. Like, this is not what it was supposed to be. And then you look up on the battlement, or you hear up on the battlement, you just hear a voice chanting this language you don't understand. And again, it's like supernaturally loud. The one who was saying, let the water flow, and like shouting it so loud that people all the way across the river could hear him. He's like just bellowing out, projecting this voice. And you hear that same voice intoning these words, or you don't know what it is. If it's a language, you don't know what it is. Just starts chanting and saying all these words, and or this language, these sounds, and the baby dragon starts thrashing and looks up towards the person on the battlement and is like eyes locked on that person up there. It's not, the creature's not moving though. You guys doing anything?
Oh wow.
I definitely like to be taking some steps.
Oh, sorry. And then I forgot to say. And while he's doing this kind of command chant communication thing, like with his hands, he's like reaching out toward the creature and like doing like a draw, like, summoning kind of a hand motion. This is what he's.
Daddy.
Yeah, he's doing like it looks like he's trying to draw that creature to him, is what it looks like. So what do you guys do?
I like to slowly back up and,
Yeah.
away from the dragon and the egg, whatever, and back up towards the river.
Okay.
Just kind of.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
This is your creature.
Okay. So now we'll say it's been like a minute now. And now there's screaming across the river. Now it's like people are kind of comprehending what's going on, and they're seeing and this is not good. And it starts like I was saying, a person here, a person there, commotion and hollering, and now it's kind of like infecting the whole crowd. Everyone's starting to, it's like mass, group panic think, the crowd is starting to starting to become extremely agitated, and you see the baby dragon kind of, like a baby deer, how they can't walk at first. It's the same thing on this creature. Like it goes to stand up and kind of unfurl, and it's a long dragon. I mean, it's a baby, but it's still quite large and long once it like uncoils all the way from head to end of its tail. quite long, and it takes a step
Like-
towards. Go ahead.
Like 6 feet long from like head to tail? Or?
No, it was like 5 feet when it was all coiled up, and now that
Oh.
it's like fully extended, it's maybe 10 feet long.
Oh,
But
boy.
it's definitely thin and juvenile, very young looking. It's not like rippled with muscles and whatnot. It's like it looks fragile, but also not because it's a dragon. Anyway, so it takes a step toward and then another step toward, and he's still this nonstop chanting of these words and these motions of drawing and summoning. And that's when you hear off to the southwest, you hear a booming scream in the sky. Everyone hears it at the same time. The shrieking in the crowd stops and it goes silent again, and all of you look far off on the horizon, up in the sky, a black flying creature
Like Mama has come home.
flying, beelining directly towards you, and you hear screaming from this. I mean, it's like so far away. You can, it's like it's the sound is delayed. It's that far away, but by the time it gets to you, it's extremely loud, and you just see wings. There's some clouds in the sky, and like every once in a while it gets lost behind a little set of clouds, and then as the minutes and the seconds and the minutes tick by, this thing is just getting closer and closer, and like you'll see it now, it bursts right through a section of cloud, totally like deforming the cloud and displacing it, and it's like tearing right through it. This thing is massive, and it is hauling massive ass, flying full speed,
Wow.
sprinting, whatever,
Oh my god.
flying as fast as it can, wings just flapping. This thing is shrieking, and as it's doing that, it's getting closer. It's getting closer, and
Wow.
you
Okay.
see
I definitely want to move towards the
One-
water.
one
Watch the
last thing.
river.
One last thing is
Yeah.
like, so as you see this thing getting closer and closer, you would estimate you have maybe 3 minutes before it's here. At the rate it started off on the horizon, like
Oh wow.
far, and it is rapidly approaching. And you would, if you had to guess, you'd say you have 3 minutes before this thing is on the scene. And as it's screaming and shrieking, the baby dragon is now torn, looking between that and the person on the battlement summoning it.
Interesting. Okay.
If we don't move, it won't see us.
I know,
I'm
baby.
just
Yeah.
thinking things like, should we somehow make sure it gets to the mom or gets to the other guy, or should it even be alive? Are these dragons like inherently good in this world, or good for us, or good for the whole agenda? I don't know.
Or is this none of our business? We shouldn't even.
Yeah.
Now you look
Don't
and
mind
see.
me. I'm just
Now it's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Now it's 2 minutes out. Prehistoric, lizard sound screaming, and now you look and see. Now it's close enough. Now it's like just spraying fire out of its mouth.
Oh shit.
I make a beeline for the bridge and get under
Yeah.
it next to the.
Exactly.
River.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
under
the
down to
only
the water.
safe.
Okay. So you want okay.
Yeah, I like to follow Robert and do that.
Okay, so you guys, who all's doing this? Do all four of you want to do this, or do some of you guys want to do something else?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, come on, Dira. You don't want to do
I'm out.
I mean, if we kill this baby dragon, I mean, I think we have a pretty good chance of killing it because it's so weak and easy. It sounds morbid and killing a baby, but it's a baby dragon. Alright. But I don't know.
As you guys are,
Just thinking.
like Marcus for sure, and it was Dorian also for sure joining. You said, There was two of you that said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you
Heading towards
guys
the river.
start sprinting to try to hide under the bridge, right when you guys make a decision here, you hear the chanting of the person up on the battlement. That chanting stops for a second, and you hear, and when it stops, you can't help but notice because your ears have just been filled with this person's voice hollering out, totally in your head, and now it stops for a second, and so you guys can't help but, why did he stop doing that voice? And it's because he turned behind him further deeper into the keep, and raised his arm up and with his hand pointed and made some sort of gesture and a command, and some other vocalization, a command, and he pointed at the baby dragon, and he starts shuffling along the battlement, and he's looks like he's going to try to get into a spot that he's kind of protected from something incoming, a defensive spot behind a wall. And so after that command, you see the doors to the keep, the battlement wall doors, open up again, and out come 6 enormous 8-foot tall minotaurs. They're half man and with a bull head. They're enormously muscular, huge horns, but they're fire. They're pyrators. They're minotaurs that have been, that's what you see. There's a half dozen of them that sprint out of here, enormous, and they're beelining right for the baby dragon. And you see, and he's pointing, he's you can tell now what he's doing is he's commanding those creatures to come grab the dragon and wrangle it in before the other dragon gets on the scene. Do you want to do anything with that? And you look around as you're looking here, you're looking there, you see everything. The only person you didn't see do anything was Marigold. Marigold was the one standing there looking ready and tensed. She's nowhere to be found. She's just gone. Marigold's just gone. Marigold is just gone. You don't know where. So now it's the 4 of you on this side. There's the court honor guard too. They run toward the keep while these minotaur creatures run out.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys are running and getting under the bridge on its own, the drawbridge comes down. The bridge separating your side from Augerville side. That bridge comes down, and those guards who are stationed at the bridge abandon their post, and they sprint and they start running across the bridge towards Augerville. So now the bridge is down. The drawbridge is down. And as soon as the drawbridge comes down, the honor guard who are stationed over here, who are heading up to the keep, because the keep walls are shut now, the doors are shut. So now when they see the drawbridge down, all those honor guard who were there, now they turn around and they start sprinting, and they start making their way towards the bridge to try to cross the bridge.
So these big Pyrator, Minotaur, Pyrator, are they they're big, but do they run fairly well, or are they just kind of lumbering along?
They're large, but no, they're fast.
Oh shit.
They look they're very large, very fast, very strong.
Look like they might get to this baby dragon before the big one does.
They're already there.
Yeah, okay.
They're already there. They're there, and they're surrounding it, and they're trying to figure out how they're gonna. They're just gonna try to manhandle this thing because they're enormous creatures as well. It looks like they're just trying to grab this thing and manhandle it, up into the keep. So now they're fighting this thing, and it's just instinctually resisting. It's just running off pure, instinct. This creature doesn't want anything pushing it around and doing anything. So now it's thrashing and, ripping around, and it's a baby, but it's still a dragon. So it cranes its neck around. There's 2 Minotaur Pyrotaur things like wrapped around its neck trying to like headlock it, and it just flings, and 2 of those things go flinging off into the rock. This thing is very strong, even though it's a brand new creature born. I mean, it's very strong. So that's the struggle that's going on now. Do you guys all just want to stay under the bridge, or do you want to try to cross the bridge?
How far is that from us? I mean, these Minotaur. I mean, could I like potentially make a shot off with my bow and arrow?
You
to
could
deter them from.
Yeah,
I think I want to do that to deter them from trying to get this thing. But it seems like when the big one comes in, it's gonna be doing fine on its own, I guess.
if you
When
want.
the big one comes in, baby needs to be fed.
Doesn't
It's
mean
got
it's
all this food around it,
Ooh, nice.
and it doesn't have to deal with us. It's some other
right?
time.
I'm honestly,
just
I'm
leave.
thinking about jumping in the river and then just floating on down. We can
That's
get out
true.
later, although Jag is gonna be SOL.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yep.
maybe we should
Jag-
try and make it to Jag.
Yep, Jag in the cart and all your supplies are in Augerville. That's true.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Want
Do you-
him to
do you
go
think-
to baby dragon.
Do you think this dragon would think we're like its mother or something like that? I mean,
well, it
I
never
don't know.
really
We were,
looked
we were
at us,
right there. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
The baby dragon
do you
is
think-
still like you can tell as you guys are we'll just say you guys are all under the bridge kind of like watching and deciding what you want to do. This baby dragon is like clearly torn between the person on the battlement summoning it and then looking back at the dragon flying toward it. It's like it can't tell what it's confused and it's looking around, and meanwhile these half dozen beasts are trying to like wrangle it and manhandle it, and it's fighting those off.
Yeah, we should get some blinders and earplugs for this thing.
For the baby dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just run up there and give it that.
Yeah, well, I'll
Is there
cover the left eye, you cover the right, and then
Hold-
you guys can each take an ear.
Hold still,
Think
little
there's
fella.
anything-
Yeah.
You think there's anything we can do to distract the sorcerer? Probably not. I mean, especially we're a ways off, right?
I kind of don't want to make an enemy of the sorcerer or the dragon.
I mean,
So-
we could
That's
just
right.
kill him.
Well, one of them
Sorcerer?
is going to kill the other. That's 100% for sure. I mean, we could try and hang.
So as you
out.
guys are, milling about
Discuss.
what you're gonna do, the mature adult dragon descends out of the clouds, dives down onto Amber's Peak, and mouth agape, just unleashes a flaming fireball, a stream of fire. Right on the if you look where I'm pointing, like right along the main thoroughfare, right onto the bridge, just nukes it.
Jag.
And no, Jag is over here. That's Jag is away. This isn't really on people. It's like it's hitting this main thoroughfare, and the bridge is what it looks like it's targeting, and just scorches the hell out of it. But I mean, it's all stone. So, but it unleashes this ungodly fire. You all are under the bridge in the water, or like down in the water. So it's like you guys are getting napalmed above you, basically, but you have the bridge on top, and so you feel the intense heat. It like falls off. It's it's not just fire air. It's like liquefied magma flowing out, and it just it splashes down on top of the bridge above your heads, and then it rains down the sides, pouring into the river, just glopping, steaming,
Call
and
Marcus.
it's just it is like this thing is furiously pissed, and it just unleashed this bucket spurts of liquid magma, and a lot of it ran into the water, and it's just like outrageously hot. And as it did that, the Minotaur creatures, everything like stopped and like what the hell, and it was dive bombing doing that, and then it turned and it's gone straight up vertical right above your guys' heads. This creature's now flying straight up.
I just feel like this is his problem. He caused it.
Yeah. The sorcerer and all that.
Yeah, he deserves to clean it up.
Yeah.
The cord tent's over here on fire. The grass
Okay,
is
we
on
have to
fire
let,
and charred.
Marcus from.
You
Let's
could
get
cross.
outta here.
You could cross. You could cross the bridge again because, like I said, it's stone, so it's not going to burn. You could. This thing is flying straight up away from you right now. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I want to either
Float.
Marcus's idea, float down the river, or just progress further towards Amber's Peak on the other side. Whatever we got to do to do that. I don't think I want to get out of the water at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, if we can make it to Jag, we could get out of here a lot quicker.
Oh yeah. No, let's make it back across the river,
Yeah.
but
Just
stay
swim.
with the shelter of the.
We could
the
float
bridge,
down
I
a
guess we'll have
little
to swim.
ways so we're out of the view, and then climb up through, cross over.
So, do you want to
Stay
try to
there.
do a swim? I don't actually remember what the role would be. Swimming.
Maybe some move.
Swimming has a mechanic. If you want to try to swim, there's a.
Would it be like endurance?
Yeah, if one of you, dang, I should have. I didn't really think you guys would do that.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm just trying to find. It's in the.
It's so crazy.
It's in the player's guide somewhere. Drowning. Okay. Adventures in the Forbidden Lands are assumed all.
I don't want to do that.
Hang on. It just
Yeah.
says. Well, it's just saying adventures in the Forbidden Lands are assumed to all know how to swim. If you end up in the water, you need to make an endurance roll every 15 minutes to stay afloat. If you're wearing metal armor, you need to roll every round. If you sink, you need to make an endurance roll every round to hold your breath. If you fail, you start to drown, and you then suffer 1 point of damage every round until someone saves you.
Jeez.
If you're broken when you drown, you die after D6 minutes. So, yeah, so if you have to make a move roll, and then once you're all in the... None of you are wearing metal armor. Dira's got studded leather armor, but that's just leather. So you'd have to... Well, I'd say you'd all have to give me an endurance roll. A move roll and an endurance roll to if you all want to swim across the... if you all want to swim.
Okay.
Swimming might be the best bet, especially if we can stay under the bridge while swimming. It will protect us while we make our way across.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to.
Alright.
I kind of want to hang tight and see what's up. What's going to happen?
It feels like
I don't-
it's going up high and preparing for like a nuclear drop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can hang out. You won't have to brain yourself this time.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I know. Ooh, that was a little low there.
Yeah.
Too soon. Too
No,
soon.
it's all right.
I'm gonna do the move and endurance.
I'm going to have an actual enemy kill me this time.
Yeah, I know. I look forward to it.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys want to do that, you can. And remember, if you're all humans, you can use a different skill if you want.
I'm with the party.
Success.
You can push.
So
of
I need
course.
to
what the
make-
group does.
A success on each.
Yeah.
Well, let me push the move, I guess.
Oh my.
Oh my god. Or is that other people? Oh, I see. I got a success, but 1 damage to agility. Okay. And
So
then an endurance roll.
Garrick's passed, Marcus has passed, Dira has failed.
Of course
We
I
don't
have.
need to make an endurance also?
No, you do.
Okay.
So let everyone do their move roll first. So Dira.
Sorry.
Okay. So Garrick's good. Now, Dira, give me a push if you want to try to make this swim. Fail. Okay.
Alrighty.
Here's
Dorian?
it. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Here's it. Paddle. I'm sorry. Where's move at?
It's under agility.
Yeah.
Agility.
The box agility.
Oh,
It's like the
got it,
third
got
one
it.
down.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just
So,
I just do agility.
no.
Oh no, I see it. Got it. Sorry.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay, push if you must.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. Oh no! I don't think I'm a great swimmer.
Apparently.
Okay,
Pretty sure dwarves are not great swimmers.
so here's what I'll say. So the four of you push off, and you try to start swimming, and Garrick and Marcus, it's been a long time since any of you've actually swum. You learned when you were kids, I guess, but you guys actually can do it, and you're comfortable enough, like in this high pressure situation. You're not just trying to go for a swim. You're like trying to save your lives, and you all are panicked. But Garrick and Marcus are able to start, and actually it's working. But Dira and Dorian, you go in, and you're just so panicked by what's going on. You're kind of seizing up, and you don't have like the fine motor control to like to actually do this. You can't swim across.
Oh, shit.
Does that mean that I'm
help him
like
out?
drowning or?
No, it just means you like you took a jump into the water, the two of you, to try to go, and like you started like drown, and you like panicked and freaked out, and you can't do it. So now you're back like clinging onto the rocks. I'll
Okay,
say you're like
okay.
submerged up to your waist. You're both clinging onto the rocks, and you're like looking at each other like, holy shit, like I can't do this. Like you've given it your all, and you cannot swim across. You have to. The two of you have
Okay.
to find a different way across.
I just want to try to shelter in place then, like underneath the bridge, like the best I can. I mean,
Just
I guess.
wait it out and watch the show.
We'll come back to pick your bodies clean.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nothing off me.
so you
We'll
two.
come
I
back
mean,
for your
you could. I'm just saying, you could, if you gave me a different move roll, you could try to sprint across the bridge on top of the bridge.
You can count me out of that.
Okay.
No way.
So you guys both want to stay?
Unless you want to go for it.
Okay. So you two are going to stay, shelter in place. Now Marcus and Garrick are able to actually do it. So now to make it all the way across without getting tired and drowning, now I will need an endurance roll from each of you, please. Very good. Marcus is good.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Okay, so here's what happens. The two of you, because you can see like these little, legs of the bridge kind of going into the water. You're not having to do like a 400-yard swim unbroken across. You guys can kind of swim from one little pillar in the water of the bridge to the next pillar. You break it up into smaller chunks, and you guys are able to make it across. And so you make it across, and now you're in the water on the other side of the river. Do you guys want to stay there in the water right now, or what do you want to do?
I think I want to get up and get to Jag in the cart, prepare to head out. I mean, not leave yet, but get ready.
Okay.
I mean, is it mass panic? Everybody's
It's mass
running
it's
around?
mass pandemonium. So you guys
Shit.
you guys crawl out. Let's just say you guys crawl out of the water, and you look over here. It's just mass panic. There's people trampled over, knocked over. The horse people, the Galdanes and the Cords are freaking out. Trying to wrangle out their horses. The horses are just going ballistics, freaking out and screaming in their pens, in their stables. Viridia is like, you see Viridia up there. She's on her horse, like trying to command people, like, control yourselves, come on, trying to like rally the troops and like maintain some kind of semblance of order. She's like looks like she's trying to direct people how to evacuate, in an orderly way so that people stop killing each other and trampling. She's trying to get some sort of sense of order. So what you see is the two of you when you crawl out. You see her like with her sword, like you, like she's pointing and hollering orders and stuff, and then like you're looking at her and you see her like look up in the sky, and like just a look of terror is on her face, and she just like stops everything she says, and she's like in the middle of a shouting command. She's just like words don't come out because and then you guys look to see what she's looking at, and this dragon is just like coming straight down, wings tucked back, like darting down, and it's just like lawn darting down full speed, and you hear a loud shriek again, and just whoo, a fireball just erupts out of this thing's mouth. But right at the same time, this liquid fire, the nuclear napalm fire, is like the creature, the dragon, unleashed this thing, this spray, this fire from 2,000 feet up in the air. It was a long ways up in the air, but it's this enormous volume of napalm basically that got released. Okay, and it's just raining down this liquid fire magma, and the two of you across the bridge watching this, like everything on that side of the river is just getting utterly nuked. Like what, and so that's what you see. But then you see on top of the keep, you see it doesn't look like you see a little fire start. The two of you guys are looking over at the creature, and like right as where the creature is, like behind the creature, further away in your field of vision is the top of the tower, the top of the keep, Amber's Peak Keep. And it's just always been that weird light glowing that you guys you saw up close and personal, but now a little fire turns on up there.
A little fire turns
on? You just see a little fire start is all it looks like to you. A little fire starts. And you hear you hear a shout, a scream, and that little fire jumps off the tower and starts flying. And it starts flying up to the dragon. So the dragon's coming down, and this fire woman, you guys all realize now it's this fire woman, like sweeps up underneath it and like captures all the fire, and they start having this battle of the gods up in the sky, these two fire creatures. This dragon is now, it was just like dive bombing straight down. Now its wings come out and kind of puts on the air brakes, and it starts contorting and twisting, tail flapping, slashing in the air, trying to bat this little pissant little woman flying all around it, buzzing all around it. Complete fire, creature, person thing, darting all around it, punching it, hitting it, screaming fire at it. And now it's like a fur ball up there, a fire fur ball. Meanwhile, while that's happening, the person on the whole time, the person on the battlement has been shouting and hollering and drawing this thing toward it. You guys look, and so I'd say Dira and Dorian, you guys kind of like peek out from where you can see to see what's going on, and the Minotaurs have now wrangled this thing up to the gate. So the person in the armor is right above it. He's up on the battlement looking down on at the gate right below him, and the 6 Minotaurs have headlocked and wrestled this thing all the way up to the gate keep, and he commands to open the door. The door's open, and they wrangle this beast into the keep, and the door's shut.
Aww.
And the man on the battlement jumps down. He just jumps off the battlement, and he's nowhere to be seen now.
Shit.
And now so now like part of the land here in Amber's Peak is burnt and scorched. Some of the buildings got torched. There's just mass panic and chaos everywhere. You don't see any of the guards over here anymore. All the guards who were posted here and they're all gone. There's no one here on the keep side of the river. The only people over here anymore, they're either in the keep or they're Dira and Dorian under the bridge.
Where's Mama?
Raid the supplies and
she's up having that battle with that fire woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now's her time to go.
Yeah. Get out of there.
So
I mean,
but yeah, let's go raid the tent. some of that.
Yeah, you guys got to try to make it across. I wonder if now is a good time for you to get up on the bridge and make a run for it.
Yeah, I want to get up on the bridge and run back to try to meet up with you guys again.
Okay, I mean, you can do that. Dira, do you want to do that, or do you want to do something else?
I'll go across the bridge.
Okay.
I'm not ready to say goodbye to my character yet.
Damn it. Okay. Okay, yeah. So Dira and Dorian see their chance to make a break and save their lives, and so they wisely crawl up out of the river and shake it off and book it across. You know, the smoldering ruins of this bridge. You know, it's completely blackened now, blackened stone. It got utterly torched, but it's still intact. The two of you, so the four of you meet up across the bridge where Marcus and Garrick had crawled out of the water. Now the four of you are together.
And still no sign of Marigold?
Nowhere to be found.
Dang. Okay, I want to make a beeline straight for the tavern. And grab a...
I'm going for Jag.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Jag as well.
Okay.
Because if he's, freaking out, which I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
All the other horses you see are losing their minds, for sure.
Yeah, we might want to get to him before he runs off with our cart.
Not my Jag. He's valiant.
There you go.
Brave.
So all of you want to go to Jag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jag runs off with my field kitchen. When we find him, he's the next meal.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
So the four of you book it, make your way through the crowd. And now that the creature, the dragon up in the sky, is tangling with this other entity flying around, Viridia is kind of like you guys, now's our chance. We need to get the hell out of here. Because Zertorm's nowhere to be found, You're guessing that's who that was on the battlement, but he's not doing anything to stop this. I mean, you don't know what. All you saw was he was drawing this baby to him. He doesn't seem to care about this mother or this other large dragon. He's nowhere to be found. And so Viridia's like, this is our chance. We need to get out of here. And so they're evacuating. And so now's your chance. You guys run up to the side of Augur Seventh Cousin's tavern, and there is, Jag is perked up, ears perked up, tail swishing around, kind of snorting around, and he's ready to leave. He's not jumping around, just going out of control, but he's very ready to be out of here. And so you guys can pick up stakes and all aboard if you want.
Ooh.
Or what do you want to do?
No, that sounds good. What do you guys say?
I don't know. We could make it to the just outside of town. And,
I don't want to go too far, right?
Popcorn and
What?
I feel like this big dragon's gonna lay waste to this town in vengeance or something. I don't know. So I don't know.
Fire Lady doesn't kill it.
Yeah, that's true.
Fire Lady kills it. I'm gonna get me a steak, dragon steak.
Dragon steak. Dude, this gotta be good. Yeah, I feel like though. There's something of this whole event that we should have prevented. I don't know. Yeah, that's if Zeratorm is good or bad. I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna like to get with Jag in the cart and just get on the outskirts of town.
Okay.
So as Dira and
Viridia too.
What was that, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep her in our back pocket.
Viridia,
Yeah, maybe we should try to join forces with her.
Yeah, where are you guys going?
Yeah.
So if you guys you make eye contact with Viridia now that you're on. Who's on Jag? Dira, I'm guessing, or who?
Yeah, Deer would be
Okay.
on Jag.
So you guys, the three of you, do you guys want to be just riding in the cart or running alongside it?
We can.
I'll run alongside.
Okay.
I'll be in the cart, but like closer to the front, so that I can tell the chauffeur to hurry up
That's
or
right.
slow down.
Very
Horse
good.
kick.
Okay, so Dira's on Jag, and Marcus is in the cart. Garrick and Dorian are on foot on either side, let's say. So the four of you, and Dira makes eye contact with Viridia up there, directing traffic, and just give each other a head nod. And Viridia just says, just regroup west. That's
Which way is west in this? I guess
left over here.
left. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Regroup to the west is all she says. She's like, we'll find you, you find us. And she
You got it.
and she just her people are now they're not packing up tents or anything. I mean, even though that stuff's all portable and whatnot, they're leaving all that, and everyone's on their horses with their weapons, and they're all leaving.
Go. So as we're leaving, what more is that dragon and that fire lady doing? Are they still in the air battling it out? Or?
They're in the air battling it out, but they're getting lower and lower, kind of like doing this like death spiral with each other, fighting, spraying fire. It's just fireworks in the sky. This thing is like torching. I mean, it's a fire dragon. It's shooting fire, but it's hitting this fire person. So it doesn't look like you can't tell. It's not killing this person. I mean,
Just like suppressing it.
yeah, I mean, this woman that you found is some sort of fire entity. So it doesn't look like fire can hurt it. At least this dragon doesn't seem to be hurting it with its fire. So you can tell, like, so I would say, like, Dira's driving here, and the other three guys are looking back at this. Now they're just kind of looking like Garrick and Dorian are like walking, kind of hurried walking, but you guys are looking over your shoulder, and then Marcus has just got a great view of this whole spectacle going on. Like, the dragon is trying to like torch it. It's just instinctually fighting. What it does, it tries to torch the hell out of things. It's doing that on this little woman creature person, but that doesn't hurt it. But then this woman is like darting all around. It can fly. Looks like it's teleporting. It's going all over the place, and so the creature, the fire doesn't hurt it whenever it hits the woman, because like this dragon can do this huge, massive aerial spray, like a huge fanning out area, and it's like blasts part of the sky that this woman's in, but the woman's fine. And so then you see the dragon getting frustrated and trying to swipe it and claw it and physically hit this, and it, from what you can tell, either the claws, sometimes it look like these dragon claws and tail, and the teeth biting too. Sometimes it looks like it just goes right through. Like it's an immaterial. It doesn't even look like a physical presence. Like you swear it looks. Marcus sees like the hand go right through this where this woman is in the sky, but it doesn't. It just goes through. And other times, this woman is like, now when she's gonna get swapped and slapped with the tail of the dragon, now the woman just like moves up out of the way and like teleports around. It's like, infuriating this dragon. And meanwhile, the whole time they're just kind of spiraling down closer and closer to the ground.
But still, like, it looks like above the other end of the bridge.
Yeah, they're on that side of the river for sure. They're on that side of the river, spiraling down.
If only we had somebody who could do ice magic.
Yeah, well, the likelihood of me getting this thing with some ice magic, I'm gonna have to be within range to punch it. So
that's fine. We can go drop you off.
Yeah.
well,
Jag, turn around.
other than
Drop it off right here. Get out of the cart.
yeah. Let me see here.
Let's save this poor little
Okay,
flame.
that one's
You do
here.
see, so as you're all like slowly, you're not sprinting and running like for your life now. You guys are like in a convoy of people who are leaving. You're hurrying, but you're not like panicking, bowling each other over. You're all like quickly moving, like as an emergency. Like you're all orderly but quickly. But I will say, Marcus sees one of the Cord elementalists from who's doing his training, not the head teacher, but one of the kind of fellow students who was about Marcus's level. He alone is running across the bridge. He's heading across the river. You see him running across.
Dang.
Poor bastard. He's done lost his mind. He's so scared he doesn't even know which direction he's running.
Idiot.
So now as you guys are getting further away from Amber's Peak now, the last thing you see is these two beings. Now they're picking up speed as they're spiraling down, and you hear just a roar and a shriek and a scream, and you feel even through across the river, through the ground, you just feel the whole earth shake and rumble from like the impact of the dragon, like crashing down into the ground. Like it didn't do some sort of eloquent landing. Like it was fighting to the death, and like you just felt you feel the whole entire ground. Like the cart bounces on the ground. All of you kind of get jostled kind of off your feet, and you look back, and it's just a plume of dirt and debris. It looks like a meteor impact or something. Like this thing crushed into the ground right where the ceremony was happening, where the altar was. It crushed and it just crashed down onto that. So now you can't see them anymore. The vision and everything is obscured now. There's just dirt flown up everywhere. So you no longer can see anything.
Assume it's dead.
But you still hear screaming and you still hear stuff's happening over there still. But now you just can't see anything.
Okay.
All right. I'm compelled. Are we just gonna watch? Are we gonna do something? What do you guys think?
I mean, by the time we run back, what are the chances that it'll be over?
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
maybe we should intentionally keep Jag and the cart out of town, and then go back in or something. I don't know. We could split up.
Split the party.
Yeah,
As
I don't know.
3 of us, and then Marcus goes by himself. Just kidding.
I agree.
We should go.
I would.
We want to be there. Yeah.
Push came to shove, I would just use Snow Cave, and then I'd be safe.
We could let Jag go with Viridia's group.
Yeah, keep him safe.
She's proven trustworthy so far, unlike everybody else.
I only abandoned you guys once. Okay?
All it takes.
It was with good measure.
And you deserved it.
Fire Lady could do.
On my list.
Well, I feel like there's little that we can do to change the outcourse, the course of what's happening. I don't know.
All right.
Do you want to bring up this plan or what you want to do with Viridia? Hey, will you watch Jag for us while we? I mean, do you actually vocalize that to her?
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff and a good warhorse. So.
All right. Sure, let's do that, and we can go back.
Yeah.
Keep Jag in our.
I wish you good luck.
Thing.
So you tell Viridia, or you ask Viridia to watch and everything, and you say what you're gonna. So who? Tell me, whoever's doing this, what do you say? To what are the words you say to Viridia? Whoever's.
I could be up holding the reins of a Jag and like, Viridia, we ask that you hold Jag and our cart. Keep safekeeping. We're going back into town. There's something we got to check out. We'll be back. Keep him safe.
She looks at you like bewildered. Like, what are you talking about? You'll die if you go back in there. What are you doing? There's nothing in there. You saw what that was. You're not going to do anything against that. Save your lives. She just looks like absolutely gobsmacked that you would say this.
I want to turn back and looking at Marcus and kind of like, some of us have some special abilities that might help out, but We'll see. We'll keep our distance. Don't worry.
Depends on if they stay loyal.
Yeah.
First sign of trouble. Well, I'm gonna trip one of you mother effers.
She just looks completely, again, just gobsmacked that anyone would intentionally
What are you
run.
doing?
She would just like, and this is a fighter of renown, but she's just like completely gobsmacked that anyone would run towards that. But she doesn't try to stop you. She's like, she's like looking at Jag like, oh, my new horse. She's just like, we'll be to the west. Hornby with you. And like she, because every time she's ever like had an interaction with Palakis, the high priest, and all that kind of talk, she's just been, from what you can tell, like not necessarily like a really devout person per se, or she's never come across as like one who's like a true believer like Palakis is. But even with that, like you tell her what you're doing, and she really does say like, Hornby with you. Like you can tell she's sincere, and she just kind of nods and continues on. So now Marcus hops out of the cart. Now the four of you are on foot outside of Amber's Peak.
I nudge Dira and tell her, yes, let's die like men.
I don't want to
Today
die yet.
is a good day to die. Yeah.
Make sure and trip you.
You first.
Be safe.
So we'll
So,
say we'll say the ceremony started at noon, and now we'll say it's I'll just say it's 1 o'clock. After all this has happened, now it's 1 in the afternoon, and so the four of you, if you see where I put your guys' marker on the map there, you guys are out heading back towards, like, you're out on the very outskirts of Amber's Peak, where the cord, where Viridia's tent and the cord encampment where it was. Utter ghost town. I mean, you do see a couple people scrabbling around and running, but the vast majority of the people are gone. Here and there, you guys do see people on the ground not moving. Not a lot, but you see some. So what do you guys want to do?
I want to raid the bodies.
Yeah, let's pilfer.
I'm just
Yes,
gonna
loot
scavenge
this town.
right now.
Everybody's out. Woo!
Hey, if you're gonna loot one of your friends, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
There's people around. I mean, if you want to, you can. But I'm just saying, there's people around who are going to see you do this.
Oh, okay.
That's a reputation
It's
factor.
it's broad daylight, and it's not deserted. There's people around, and even if there weren't, you can't know for sure that there's no one around. But you do see a few people here and there, stragglers. You don't know what they're doing per se. Kind of maybe shell shocked here and there. Some people are just like stunned. They just can't believe what they're
They might-
seeing. But
I'll
you
just
definitely
claim it was
Like
my
we are.
cousin, and this is what they would have wanted.
Yeah.
Found our keys. We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say you could just say, grab their belongings for their family to remember them by.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do a little blessing in the ceremony. Yeah.
Okay.
It's for the living.
Okay. So
Or
you're walking back, and we'll say you guys are there's no one out here by the cords, that there's no bodies there, but you guys start walking toward, like, down the main road, kind of in front of Augur Seventh Cousin's tavern, and behind the tavern, kind of here in the pavilion. This was like where I put your guys' marker here. This was like the huge crush of, like, the main crush of the audience, where they're all packed. This is where all the food and everything was, where Dira knocked over that kid and stole his food. This was where all the people, the mass majority of the town, was turned out and packed in here, packed like sardines. And so when all hell broke loose and people were, running for their lives and kind of going nuts, people got knocked over and trampled and, hurt. And so you see, there's three bodies that you see here. You see a woman, a man, and a girl, and they're they're not like all next to each other, but you see, right, we'll say you walk up to the woman first, and then 100 feet that way there's a guy, and 100 feet the other way there's a 5-year-old girl.
All dead.
They're not
There's
moving.
another lonely child that might have food.
They're not moving.
Okay, that's horrible. I'm not looting some 5-year-old child. No.
There's another baby over here that needs punched.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yellow.
Any,
zone.
any food in the food carts?
Yeah, that's what we should be pillaging.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is there any sign of miracle around? Actually,
No,
we didn't hear any music anywhere, right? No?
no. Just the sounds of the
Ever
musical,
since she touched
the
your
musical,
face,
the musical
it's
sounds
so
of
close.
screaming. That's all you've heard. Okay, so I mean, this was Dira's her decision here. So she's walking, and now the four of you are now standing before the woman's body, and you look down, and she's, if not certainly dead, you can't tell that she's alive. I mean, she's laying there. She's laying on her stomach, and her hands like this, but she's like on her stomach. So you look down and see her back, and she's not moving. Dira, what do you do?
See if she's dead.
Tell me what you do.
I check her pulse.
Do you roll her over onto her back?
Not just her neck, the side.
Okay, so you leave her on her stomach. You just reach down and do one of these things.
Yeah.
You don't feel a pulse.
Listen for breathing.
Pull over very caringly.
Okay.
Like I'm still
Before you
checking.
get looted.
Okay.
And
So-
I listen to see if she has a heartbeat and breath.
Oh yeah. You get your ear right on her chest and reach into her pockets.
I'm here
Okay.
to help you.
Okay. So
I'm
you.
listening.
Okay. So Dira does a life science check, and you can't tell. I mean, you don't. You can't hear anything. You can't see any. You don't see anything. Like, you don't see any signs of life. You don't feel breath on your cheek. You don't see her chest rising and falling. She just looks like she's motionless laying there.
I
As she's
take my
doing that,
knife
I'd
out
like
and
to
I
be.
stab her palm.
Say that again.
Take my knife out and I stab her palm. I'm gonna make sure she's dead.
Ooh.
No response.
All right, we can pillage her. You guys
As she's
go.
getting ready to do that, I want to be looking around, like kind of keeping watch type of.
Okay. You look off to your left, then there's two people staring at you.
Just pick her up and start walking off.
Yeah, just take her body. I'm just gonna take the
What?
whole thing.
That's lunch.
We are taking a turn here.
We're
As you're
horrible
taking the
people.
body.
Horrible people.
We are taking a turn. Okay, so as Garrick's keeping a lookout here, he looks over and he sees there's two people just like mouth agape looking at what's going on over here, and they see Dira do this signs of life check and nothing, and then they see Dira get her little knife out and stab this lady in their hand. And you hear, and when you do that, you hear it's a man and a woman, and the woman just like audibly shrieks out loud, and they run away.
It's okay, doctor, for where I come from.
Yeah.
So
She's
they
gonna be okay.
They saw you
I'm gonna
stab.
blow
They
up
they saw you stab her in the hand. The woman freaked out, shrieked, screamed, and the two of them ran away. So they're gone now. So now what do you want to do, Dira? You want to pick up the woman?
No, I don't care now.
Yeah.
I'm just
Doesn't
gonna check
matter
her
now.
pocket.
Too late.
Okay, so she's laying on the ground. You rifle through her pockets. There's 2 silver.
All that for 2 silver. This is great.
Dira's got the best reputation. The whole group. She's truly a badass.
So if you want,
I'll go pay them for watching me.
if you want to, if you can pocket the silver, and if you want, you can add 2 silver to your character sheet if you want to pocket it.
Right.
Okay.
Will.
Go ahead. Add that to your sheet. So now there's nothing else of note here on the woman. She is by all measurable, ways, this woman is dead. And so, and now she is poor. So Dira collects the coin and stands up. Now what?
I say like a blessing over her and I walk away. More for my mental state. I'm conscious.
Garrick, these are all, fresh corpses. We could probably get you a new foot.
Ooh. Surgery. Yeah. Nah.
Wrong size.
I don't think it would take.
Wrong size.
Yeah, go around to every body and like, nope, size 10, nope.
And meanwhile, while you're doing this, there's still shrieking and stuff going on across the river. That's the big dust cloud of stuff happening over there. You still can't really see.
I want to use my telescope thing to see if I can look over. Where is that?
Okay.
I have it.
You do
My
have
spyglass.
your spyglass. Okay. So
Yeah.
okay, very good. So the man's body and the girl's body, do you want to do anything with them right now?
Yeah, I'll go check them out before I look over.
Okay.
Well, hey, we're not going to rob some little kid. We'll have to bury that one.
Why?
Yeah,
It's the
why?
Forbidden Lands.
Why? Yeah, but it's a kid.
You can bury it. I'm just going to take what I can from it.
Little bastard's just as innocent as, a fawn. So,
I would eat the fawn.
Well, you could eat the child, too.
Okay, then you
No.
can take it back to the cart.
X card. No, just kidding.
So do you want to do the spyglass or the pillaging?
I'm going to do the pillaging first because I'm pretty poor.
Okay. So who first, the girl or the man?
I'm going to go for the guy.
Okay.
He looks like a hardworking man.
You go to the man. Now, are all the other three of you, or are you all just following along?
I want to keep it. I want to try to observe what's happening across the river. I mean, is a plume moving?
It's just
Well,
kind of
staying like that.
I'll let you use my spyglass while I'm
okay.
thing.
Let's see. Everybody should probably stick close. My spell only protects 5 people at most. And you guys need to be in my vicinity, near me.
I think at this point, I don't want to be seen next to Dira,
What do you want to do then?
Wow! Loyalty.
Joe, Dorian, you were gonna go closer with the spyglass, right, and get a view.
Well, I think. I don't know. Maybe
Or
I
just
can
from
do
where
that
you are?
right from where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to reposition yourself if you don't want. You can
Okay.
just, but if you want to, you can. Just let me know.
No, I want to stay close
Okay.
Yeah,
to Marcus.
So Garrick and Dorian kind of both take turns looking through the spyglass, and what you see is it's a big dust ball, big fluff ball on the ground, but that's starting to settle down now, and now the dragon and this woman are on the ground, kind of circling, and they're still kind of fighting, but they're not really attacking anymore. Like this fight's been going on for a little bit now, and you can see the dragon, looks. First of all, it looks intelligent, and it's kind of, this little person's down here, and this dragon's kind of like sizing it up and trying to figure out what to do, and it everything it's tried clawing and biting and flame blasting and all this, and here this woman is just still here, not affected at all. So like you say, you pass it over, like, Garrick, look at this. So Garrick takes a turn and he looks through, and he examines this adult dragon. It's got a couple marks on it, but it doesn't look like it's really been beaten up. It doesn't look like this fire woman has kicked this thing's ass. If it doesn't look like it's that damaged, really.
Or wrinkled it in.
It's like it doesn't look to be like near death or anything. It looks to be, I mean, exhausted, I guess, but it doesn't look like it's harmed. So that's what you guys see through the spyglass. You guys get really up close, and then like here. So then like Dorian takes it back and looks at the woman, and like with the spyglass, you can really see well. Like you can see her features. It's as if she's like 20 feet away now. Is what it looks like, and it is that exact woman you saw up on the rooftop with Dira. And she's completely made of fire, and she's just sauntering back and forth super confidently. She looks like a bullfighter is what she looks like. You know how she's just like parading around, like taunting this thing is what it looks like. It looks like she's in complete control, or will soon be in complete control of this thing is what it looks like. She's not darting around and going crazy anymore. She's going very slow and methodical and moving back. And so both of these creatures are kind of doing this weird hypnotic dance with each other. It's really strange, but that's what you see. This woman is like, she looks to be in, if not right now, she's going to very soon be in absolute control of this whole situation is what it looks like. So that's what you guys see.
We should.
And so, now Dira is standing over the man, and he's on his back, and he is, now that you're right above it, and Marcus, are you there as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you are standing, we'll say, on either side of this guy, and he's down kind of by the bank of the water, and he is hurt. He's alive. He's got really jagged, ragged breathing, but he's just kind of like looking off to the side. He's not really noticing you guys per se. He's just like, he's very hurt. You can't tell what. I mean, nothing looks twisted and mangled that you can see. I mean, you don't know exactly what's wrong with him, but he is. You can just tell by the intensity of his breathing and the shallow, rapid, and like kind of his eyes are fluttering around, but he's not moving. There's something wrong with him. He's
Can
not.
I try to heal him with magic? Or?
Why would you do that? We should ask if he wants help.
You can do whatever you want.
Passion.
He is
Check
he is helpless before. Yeah, he is helpless before you. You can do whatever you want.
Kill him, then
Okay.
he can take his stuff.
Well, I mean, he's gonna die if he doesn't get immediate attention. We could just pull whatever's in his pockets out and be like,
That
Would he know if I took stuff out of his pockets? That's the question.
kick him off into the river.
I would say
Jeez,
I would say Marcus, as a druid healer, you know that this guy has got, I mean, at most 10 minutes of anguished life left in him. If nothing else happens to him, he's going to be dead in about 10 minutes, and the last 10 minutes of his life are going to be anguish.
Okay, so it could be a mercy killing.
It could be, but
So go
like,
ahead.
go over there and like
But-
grab his mouth and nose. Shh, shh! Don't make this any harder than it has to be. I'm just kidding. He's gonna if
But
there's no
you-
healing him. I don't know. We could.
You could.
Ask him.
I mean, you could heal him. You've got healing abilities. It's
Oh,
in-
okay.
We
Well
should
then,
look over.
Wait until I take his stuff and then heal him. That way he has no idea.
no. We heal him, and then we'd be like, "We saved your life. Give me all your stuff. That's payment."
It's gonna be 6
Maybe we should
silver.
look over
No, I
and
don't want
see
him
who
to
he's
think
looking
that
at.
I'm good.
You don't have. I'm the good guy. You're the bad guy.
No.
You look all menacingly and be like, "This is gonna cost you," and I'd be like, "Here you go, buddy."
I'm gonna go over to the woman while he deals with this guy. I'm done.
Okay, well, now I got to play both good cop and bad cop.
Just make
What
sure
a
that child
friend.
is not his or something. You know, maybe he's like looking over at the child.
Why don't you go see if the child's alive?
Fine.
She's so angry. God, just let me kill people.
I just wanted gold.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so Dira stalks off angrily to the girl, also laying on her stomach. And now, Marcus, you're there with this man. What do you do?
I go ahead and I try and kill him.
Heal him?
Kill him.
You're gonna.
It sounded like
No,
you said
I'm gonna heal him.
keel, like keel.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, you know. Stick my finger in the bullet wound while I'm healing him. Yeah?
What is wrong with you?
All right, let's try and heal the dude.
Let's see what you got.
I'm level 2 now, so it won't be a chance cast
nice.
at all.
There you go. All right. Ah, but you rolled a
Did you
1.
get-
Well, I can't hit mishaps with level 1 magic anymore, right?
Did you want to do safe casting? That's fine. We don't have to count. So you don't automatically safe cast below, but you have the option of, if you want to. You're supposed to, I guess, tell me ahead of time. You like, I want to do a safe cast on this. Is that what you wanted to do?
I guess.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So, just remember. Yeah, you do the thing, the talent, healing hands. Yeah, level 1 spell. Safe casting, yes. Because, yeah, that's the thing. If you safe cast, if you turn safe casting to 1 and you say roll, you don't roll any dice at all. And so you get the minimum effect, but you have a 0% chance of rolling any 1s.
Okay.
Do you see on your...
Right.
I just opened up your sheet here where it's... So open up healing hands, and there's a safe casting, and there's a drop down 0 or 1. Toggle that to 1, and it shows you how your dice go from 1 down to 0. So then you...
That's what I just did.
Okay.
And then I added a couple more willpower
Okay.
points so that
That's
I was
fine.
throwing more dice.
Okay. That's... No, you can add willpower to enhance the effect. I'm pretty sure you can do that while safe casting. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, no mishap. I get what you were trying to do. You're trying to do it safely. So yeah, you put your hands on this man, and he immediately like takes like he's finally able to take a deep breath in, and you just like when you put your hands on his chest, that's what his problem was. He had like both of his lungs were crushed. You know, something stomped on him and crushed his chest, his sternum, and his, you know, everything, his upper respiratory was all caved in and stove in. And when you like put your hands on him, it all kind of, you brought it back to correct proportion, and his lungs refilled, and he's, you know, so it's obviously horrifically painful. You know, you brought it all back, but now he can finally take a deep breath, and he just starts hollering out, you know, pain, wailing, but then he starts coughing. And he's just like clutching his chest, but now, you know, so now he's crying and just, you know, got his ass kicked. He just got his chest crushed, and now it's back, but he doesn't have any sedatives or any kind of painkiller. So now he's just like laying there dealing with it, but he's going to live now. So you stand back up, and now he's wailing and kind of takes a few deep breaths. Now what do you do?
I kneel by his head and like pinning him down and tell him, "Don't attract the dragon." Donk! And like whack him over the head and knock him out. Now he won't feel the pain. At least he won't be conscious for it. He'll wake up later and he'll be fine. And then I take the money in his pocket.
No, that was my guy.
This is all right.
Dirty bastard.
Give me before I understand, but I would say before you're able to just do that, roll me a melee. So
Me or him?
No, Marcus. If you want to do some like where you hit him on the head and knock him out just right without hurting him or whatever, or that it actually works, give me a melee roll to see if you're successful in your attempt to knock him out.
Almost fail.
Do you want to push or not?
Ooh.
So
Sorry.
So Marcus goes to, keep it down. You're going to track the beast. And he reaches back and he like just hammer fists this guy right in the temple and just, just, like right in his temple, but it doesn't knock him out. It just like hurts the shit out of this guy's head. And how did you damage 2 to your strength doing this? Explain how that happened.
Fingers got caught.
Upon hitting him, his skull was a lot harder than I thought it was, and it bruised, broke a couple of my knuckles open, and I lean in really close and I whisper, "Now you feel that pain in your head? At least you won't be thinking about your lungs no more." Grab his money and walk away.
He just rolls off to his side away from you and just starts coughing up blood a couple times. And he's just laying there. He's just looking away. His back is to you. He's on his side looking away and just like breathing and just like maybe he even wishes he was dead at this point. He's just like completely confused. So now...
Does he have any cash on him?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, good.
How do you poor bastard?
That's what you
Give
get.
him a wedgie and walk away.
Karma.
Or, no, it's like, I'll remember your face.
And so now, cutting back over to Garrick and Dorian here with the spyglass. You don't necessarily even need it anymore. The dust is all settled here where they impacted, and you can just watch this. But you do see, we'll say Dorian's got the spyglass. You don't, but Garrick and anyone who's looking now can see it. You see the Cord Elementalist mage who ran back toward the scene. Everyone else was running away. He was the one who ran back toward. You see him crawl out from under the bridge where you guys were hiding out. You see him crawl out, and he starts stalking, like because the dragon and this woman are kind of near the gate up there, on that little patch of land is where they're having this interaction with each other now. It doesn't even look like a fight anymore. They're just kind of like doing this crazy whatever they're doing. And so you see this elementalist Cord mage sorcerer. He's like stalking up, and he's like hiding behind a tent, and then he waits for a second, and then he breaks out and sprints up. Now he's on this tent here. He's like behind it, like he's kneeled down on one knee, and now he's 50 feet away from these two.
Dang, I thought we were crazy.
He's not doing anything yet. He's just like kneeled down there. And he's like kneeled down and he's got his head down and it looks like he's stalling, or you can't necessarily tell unless you want to put the spyglass on it.
Yeah, I want to look
At him?
with detail, see what he's doing. Yeah,
Okay.
at him, see what he's doing.
So you now that you see what the hell is this guy doing, you take and focus on him. He's leaning down and he's like doing some sort of hand motions, but it doesn't look like he's actually I mean, you've seen now Marcus cast spells, and you saw your deceased friend Corlin also cast spells, so you kind of know what it looks like when people are doing things. He's doing something, but it's not like a cast that you've seen before. But he's doing something, and you see him doing something with his hands, but maybe it's like to himself, maybe not to these other creatures over here. And like you have the spyglass trained right on him, and you see him doing this, and he's close enough that he looks like he's like right. He looks like he's very close to you through the glass. You know what I mean? He looks like you could see like the pock marks on his face or whatever. He looks like he's that close, and he's like doing this thing with his hands, looking down. Then he stops, and he looks up, and he looks directly at you through the spyglass.
Wow.
He looks directly at you, and he just like he puts his hands down, and he he turns his back. I mean, he's behind the tent anyway, so they can't see him. But he like turns and he's like facing towards you four. He's facing towards your side of the river, and he's like looking. He can. You swear he's looking at you directly through the spyglass.
Oh.
Maybe I put up my hands like kind of just like a gesture, like,
Yeah,
what are you doing? Do you need our help?
I start giving him ninjutsu like finger symbols.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like the Naruto, they always do that. All the different finger like combinations before doing something.
Oh my god!
Why am I with you?
I remember that.
So it's very strange. You see this person look and make eye contact directly through the glass with Garrick. Very confusing turn of events. How can he see? And now we cut back to Dira. So Dira walks up, and it's this 5-6-year-old girl laying motionless on her stomach too, and her head, like her hair, she's on again. It's the riverside dockside here, and she's laying with like she's got like long blonde hair, and the hair is kind of out in the water floating, and she's that close to the on the bank of the water. So like her hair is all wet, floating in the water, and her like she's got one hand in the water, the rest of her is like on this little beach area. This little. What does Dira do?
All
Pull
right,
her
if you
out
do
of the
nothing
water.
short of pull her out and save her, I'm out.
Yeah.
I said I was gonna pull her out.
Oh, okay, just kidding.
And then do what?
So do you pick her up or do you just drag her?
Yeah, I pick her up and I walk her up.
Okay. So you pick her up and like throw her over your shoulder?
Yeah, can I tell if she's alive?
Yes, she's alive.
Okay.
So you pick her up over your shoulder and then what do you do with her?
How far away is what's her name? Can't remember her name. Lavidia or whatever it is.
Viridia?
Oh,
They've been like transiting, heading out west. They said to go meet up with you guys out west whenever you guys were done being insane and going back into Ember's Peak while this is happening.
Is there anybody like alive and running around right now in the area?
Yeah, there's a couple you saw 2 stragglers watching you stab hands, and then you see a couple other people just kind of you see a couple people.
I walk over to the ones watching me and I hand them to the girl.
Okay.
And I just walk away.
Will the girl
gotta make a big
survive
event.
without medical attention?
What was that, Marcus?
Said, will the girl survive without medical attention?
You think so?
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
giving her. No.
Say, make a big event of it, and that's gonna win you over from the last event that other people saw you. You know.
Exactly. I just hand the girl off, look them dead in the eye, and I walk away because I'm pissed off.
Okay, so
I haven't got any more gold, and I'm going over to the woman's body.
While everyone's looking, I make a scene too. Be like, kneel down next to this guy and be like, "Oh man, what happened to your head? Who did this to you?
Nice.
Does anybody know who accosted this man?"
Mercy.
maybe someone knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you hand this poor girl off to these other townsfolk who are also themselves kind of battered and shell shocked, and they like take her, and you can't tell if they know who each other are or whatever. You don't know, but then you stalk off, and now, so Dira and Marcus are back together, and you see. So now. This elementalist is behind the tent, and he's looking at Garrick back through the spyglass. And then Garrick, what did you do? You're muted, sir.
Sorry. I wanted to like motion like, oh, what are you doing? Type of thing, and like. I don't know. Like, do you need our help? or something like that. I don't know if you could catch any of that universal language.
Yeah. He just, he sees you, and, so Dira and Marcus, do you want to join up with the other two right now, and all four of you be together?
We're gonna go over to the group.
Okay. So the four of you are now all joined up, and now all four of you are like focused on this event happening over here on the other side of the river. And Marcus knows who that guy is. Marcus was doing sorcerer training with this guy. He's like, I know that guy. Like, like you recognize him. And yeah, I'd say Marcus takes the spyglass and looks through and sees that. He's like, yeah, and that's why he's like, I know that. And so the guy's looking through the spyglass at Marcus now and beckons him to come. At least him. Like, get over here.
All right, you heard the man. Get going.
He's
I want
Scorpion. I'm out of here.
Pat Marcus on the back. Go ahead. Good luck.
Got this.
You over here.
Oh man, this is gonna be bad. Okay.
No, this is your best friend.
This is your moment.
So as
Redeem yourself.
as soon as he beckons up on the battlement again, you hear the voice again hollering out again, this like very loud projecting voice, and of course it draws all of your attention. The fire woman and the dragon they're like locked into some sort of master slave symbiotic something is going on there. They're like in their own little world from what you can tell. They're having some sort of come together moment that you don't understand. So they don't respond at all to this voice, but you all do. Like, you all hear it. The man who is beckoning to Marcus to come out, the elementalist, he hears this language. It's you don't know what this language is, but it's some sort of voice, and it's supernaturally loud and projecting again. Like, anytime you've heard this kind of stuff, it's like stuff you feel like you hear it in your brain, not through your ears. It's like it's magical of some way. It's not just a regular loud voice. It's more than that. And you've heard it a few times now, and so you hear like all this. You hear this in your brain. You hear this speech that you don't know what the words mean, but this person is up there talking to you all, or whatever. You all hear it, all of you. The elementalist does, and the four of you. And the elementalist stands up, and he turns he turns his back towards all of you, and he takes a couple steps out from behind the tent, and now he's face to face with the man on the battlement in the armor.
Is it mind control?
He takes a couple steps closer. He walks right between this elementalist. He walks right between the fire woman and the dragon. He walks right between them like they're not even there. They don't even notice him. They don't pay any attention to him if they do notice him. He walks right past them. The gates open up to the keep, and he walks right in, and the keep shuts.
Did it seem like he? Oh,
I was gonna say there goes my plan of joining him. So
Yeah, I know, right?
should we run?
I feel like we owe that dude, or you owe that dude, your life to go save him.
No. I trained with him. It was him and I training under someone else.
That's correct.
So he might have just been like an acquaintance or a magic buddy, but I don't hope too much on that. At this
Magic
point.
buddies got to stick together.
I don't want to walk past a dragon. What if I just happen to smell better for like food wise?
You always have to
I don't
factor.
think-
I'm walking past and
You
dragon
have-
just snaps me up.
You have to factor these things in. You can just never tell.
Like,
So smart.
guarantee you don't smell better.
Speaking of smelling,
tell you
I
this
had a
right now.
bath the night before. What did you do?
That's true.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah.
laid with
Dear,
in the barn. I slept in
well,
the barn.
you guys did all hop in the river here for a little bit, so you guys at least knocked off some of the funk being in the water for a little bit. But that is
Maybe
true.
get some sort of fishy smell in the water. I don't know.
So,
The dragon like that.
so as you're, seeing this, and once this elementalist walks openly, freely right up into the keep, and the door shut, you stop hearing the voice, and the man up on the battlement in his armor, the gleaming, glittering armor, is just watching these two, the woman and the dragon. He's just observing them.
I yell out, like pointing at me, like, "Take me too!"
Do you want to?
No,
Useless.
no. I'm not gonna abandon my friends. I mean,
Oh, whatever.
but that keep seems a lot safer than standing over here.
Yeah, you go. I dare you. Go.
We're part of the group, but we're not that close. So go ahead. No,
Yeah. We just grew up together in the same town. It's all right.
oh,
I've
that's right.
seen people stab people in the back for less.
It's the small
Right.
town friendship.
And
No, I guess I just am prepared with my snow cave just in case things go south.
And what does that do?
It protects up to 5 people within my vicinity for a quarter of a day.
Protects them from fire?
It just says protects.
What's the spell called?
Snow cave.
Spell.
It's you create a snow cave that provides shelter for up to 5 people.
Oh, snow cave.
So
Got
I
it.
mean, shelter, and it's ice, so it should help against fire, especially since it's magic.
Well, if you click on
It's
the
against blizzard and needle storm.
the snow
I
cave,
mean,
the snow cave
it-
gives a
it's
Not
plus.
ice.
dragons.
The snow cave
use
gives a
ice?
+1 mod to power level when you make a camp roll. It also provides adequate protection against cold when sleeping or resting, as well as so it's what that's for is like basically you make yourself an igloo. It's for when you're up in the what is it, the Bitter Reach up north. That's a different.
Right. But I mean,
That's what it's
if I
for.
put enough willpower into it, wouldn't it protect us from
It protects you from
fire?
It sounds like it protects you from freezing to death. It keeps you warm out in the snow blizzard. It's like it's a shelter you can be in to keep from freezing to death from exposure.
But it's made of ice, right?
So it would melt and we would be humid.
Yeah, it might boil us in the end, but in the beginning we'd feel
Then-
fine.
You do what you want to do. I ain't getting in your
You are free to try to figure that out and experience. So okay, so
Experience.
so as you guys are seeing this, the man is gone now, and the man on the battlement, the elementalist is in the keep. From all you can tell, Pyrotaurs are gone. The baby dragon is nowhere to be found. The parent dragon or the adult dragon appears to be tamed or something. You don't know what's going on with this thing. But the fire woman creature being, from all you can tell, the 4 of you are now just openly watching this thing. It's because like they don't even know you're there. It's like the world is just these two beings now, as far as they're concerned. They are oblivious to everything else. And from all you can tell, it looks like this fire woman is in command here of this thing. What do you guys want to do?
Marcus, get that fire woman. Hit her with some cold magic.
Fire woman. Fire woman's the only reason why we're still alive.
Not wrong. I mean,
That's true.
maybe not right, but definitely bought you some time.
All right. You know, how many people are actually still in Augerville right now? How many people are hunkered down, and how many did like say 95% of the people bail?
That's correct.
Or
Yeah.
okay,
Most everyone is gone. There's a couple. I mean, there's a few dead people. There's some stragglers that are kind of shell shocked and can't even process. But damn near this whole place is gone. The Cords are gone. The Galdanes are gone. There's no one here.
All the cool people jumped off the cliff, so I say we bail.
Hey, you go over with your magician friend.
Hey, I got an idea.
What's the idea?
This
is going to be good. I can tell. I see this.
yeah.
I see the smirk.
Okay.
This is going to be good.
I'm not a part of the group, kind of. You know, I'm a dwarf, like kind of from outside of the group. What if I go over to the keep and just like knock on the door and go inside and tell them that I'm a messenger from the great and powerful, wizard Marcus, Loki or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and threaten the guy, and tell him that like if
Do you see this? Do you see what?
Yeah.
Okay.
You point at me, I'll make a snow cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys just hide on the other side, and I'll try to get us some information.
Yes.
You tell them
I
this
love
great
it.
I say
Man.
go for it.
and I make a snow cave.
You make
Yeah.
the
There we go.
Okay, you can absolutely do this if you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I totally want to do it.
Okay, so Dorian stands
gotta-
up.
Yeah.
So tell me, so tell me exactly what you do.
It's like he just stands up. He's just frustrated. He's like, he's just like, I've had it. Let's just, I'm going in there now. I'm gonna, and he's just, he's a dwarf. He's been chasing these things forever, and he just wants answers. And so, he's just kind of at the end of his wits, and he just wants to, figure out what the heck's going on. So he just says, it's like, stay here. I'm gonna go and try to get information.
What do you do with your weapons? Do you keep your weapons on you?
Yeah, I'll keep my
Okay.
weapons on.
Okay. So you cross the bridge, and when you cross the bridge, the woman, bullfighter, dragon fighter, fire creature woman, she's been, like I said, she's been doing this kind of like parading, sauntering side to side movement on this dragon, like doing some sort of hypnotism or something on it. And when the elementalist walked through, she didn't even pay him any mind. She didn't even. But when you cross the bridge and walk, do you say anything, or do you just walk up? Like once, so we'll say you're at the drawbridge now. Do you want to
Just
say
be like, hey, just
Morning,
passing
lassie.
through. Just want to go to the keep.
the woman turns back into woman form because she's been in fire mode or whatever this whole time. She turns back into a woman, and it's the woman you recognize. And she's still pacing back and forth, kind of doing this hypnotic move to the adult dragon. But now she turns her head and looks right at you, and you're just like walking up, on the path. And now you're 15 feet away from her. You're walking up, and like I said, she's now in like full human-looking form. And she's looking directly at you, and she smiles, and you hear, "Help me, help me." But her mouth doesn't move.
Wow.
But you hear the same exact "help me, help me," and the laughing that you heard when you and Dira were up on the tower keep top, and you were debating going down that other staircase, and you heard a woman saying, "Help me, help me." That's who you hear now. And she's looking right at you, and you hear that again in your head, but she's not verbally saying it with her mouth, but you hear it. And then you just hear this this laughing.
Oh.
And then she just goes back to the dragon. She turns back to the dragon and turns back into like fire mode and is walking back and forth in front of it. And she doesn't care about you anymore. So you walk up. So you walk up to the keep door, and what do you do?
Okay, I just want to pound on the door and say, I've come to talk to oh god, what's the name of the head honcho dude? Zertorm. I've come to talk to Zertorm. I'm a messenger from the great wizard Marcus.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. The great and powerful.
I start doing karate moves on the other side.
Yeah. So
Little-
you better get pumped up.
A little montage.
I feel like I'm writing checks that you.
The door, the gate doors silently open.
Okay.
They open before you, and it's just a small little pathway. You don't see anyone. There's two sets of, as you can see there's two sets of walls. There's an inner and outer wall, like battlement, and you just open up the gate on the outer wall. So now you're in this little in-between area between the outer wall and the inner wall. This little kind of courtyard area is where do you walk in?
Yeah, just kind of cautiously walk in, kind of looking up and around.
Okay, so you walk in. The doors stay open. You walk in, and now you're in this in-between zone, and you look to your right, and there's 6 minotaurs, fire pyrators. These enormous they're just standing there. They're extending shoulder to shoulder, 6 wide. They're standing there like they're on an assembly line. Or it's very unnatural. They're standing perfectly in unison, like a row of soldiers, I guess. They're not moving at all. There's 6 of them standing shoulder to shoulder, facing towards you, arms at their sides. They don't look aggressive at all. Their heads are a little bit bowed, but they're enormously tall. They're 8 feet tall. So you see 6 pyrators standing there, like the same kind of thing. Fire coming out of their nostrils, breathing, but it's a very very shallow, calm beast. They're not like enraged or anything, but they're just you just hear them breathing. There's 6 of them right there. You see the enormous. They're twice as tall as you almost. You see that. Then you hear welcome. And you look up on the inner wall, like right here. You look up on the inner wall. Now that you're in, you can look up there and you see the man in the armor petting. He's sitting atop this baby dragon. He's sitting on it and he's like petting its neck. Like, he's petting, he's like trying to calm it, or it looks fairly calm, and he's like, welcome. And when this dragon was kind of looking up at the lights of the keep and looking around, and when you don't know if it smells you or sees you with its eyes. You don't know at some point it senses you, it detects you, and the baby dragon like whips and looks right at you and like bares its teeth and like goes to do a screech, like it goes to scream at you, and he gently grabs the creature's neck again, and you see him lean forward. He kind of leans forward and he speaks to this creature. He speaks to it. You hear words. You can't hear, but he's saying something. He says you can hear that he's saying something to this baby infant dragon, and it immediately calms down and it relaxes its aggressive posture and lays back down and just forgets about you and looks around again.
No. So I guess I walk up to. Well, I don't know if I necessarily want to get any closer. You can hear me, right? I'm like within earshot. Okay. I guess I just tell him like, hey, I'm a messenger from the great wizard Marcus, and we just we want to know what your intentions are. Like I don't know what else to say.
He just says, "You've done a very brave thing."
Like, yeah, I know. About to pee my pants.
So is this your Torm? Is he kind of like Willy Wonka kind of attitude?
Yeah.
Like, hello.
No. I mean, now that
I'm just kidding.
you can't really see. You can't really see because he's in armor with a helmet, so you can't really see any of his expressions. But no, he said. Actually, yeah, when he said that to Dorian just now, you've done a very brave thing. Like, you're Dorian. The way you hear that is just kind of like, it sounds like he's got like a resigned tone. Like he's. That's just the tone you got. Like he just feels like it sounded like he's very resigned, not very enthusiastic. He's like, you've done a very brave thing, and he just kind of trails off. 'Cause the baby dragon's all not lethargic, but just uninterested, and he's on top of this thing, and he just is like staring up at the keep, and he just looks down at you, and he's like, Marcus. From your party? That sorcerer, Marcus?
And at the time, I turned towards Dira and I said, "You better get up there, Marcus."
I'm not Marcus. You're Marcus.
Everybody knows you're not gonna pull no trick.
I kind of want to ignore what he said, but I want to ask him, is like, what did we do? What is this?
What? So what's your question? You want to ask him what?
Like, I asked him. So he said, I did a very brave thing, and I want to say, like, so I mean, it's obvious he knows I was part of,
He just
part of
means
the ceremony, right?
you when he said that, you interpreted it to mean that he thought it was very brave of you to just up and blatantly walk across the bridge and walk right up to the door and walk in,
Okay.
like in broad daylight after seeing all this crazy ass developments. He's just like, that's very brave. That's what,
Then
that's,
I want to ask him, like, what just happened? What is this?
what do you, me as the GM, like, what do you mean? Like,
a baby, this, a baby dragon was just hatched out of a rock, like, or, do you intend to destroy this village, or
destroy this village? This is my base of operations. I've been here for hundreds of years. I've been here for hundreds of years, but not for much longer. I'm developing an army.
an army of dragons?
An army of all kinds to defeat an enemy of all kinds and to go destroy my father.
Oh.
Daddy didn't love me.
Yeah. But now he will pay. Well, like, I don't know. I don't know what should I ask people.
Oh.
Have any suggestions?
What's
guess
his intention with that
wonder,
baby
like,
dragon?
what's-
What part does the baby dragon have to play with all this?
Yeah.
And
And why did they need us to, like, hatch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he just hatch it?
Yeah, I know.
Just
So-
pouring some water on it.
So what's your question to Zertorm here?
Yeah. So my question was, like, why, maybe I'll just, like, kind of play, like, like, I don't want him to necessarily know that, like, I was one of the people, like, or maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know.
He
But, like,
probably already knows. That
Yeah.
you were
Yeah.
pouring
I'll tell him,
water.
is like, so So
many
I
dwarves
was.
are there in this town?
Yeah, I know exactly. So yeah, I'll just straight up tell him, it's like, hey, I was one of the few to pour water over this rock,
Yes,
and participate in the. Okay, nice, he doesn't.
as I directed. Yes.
Yes. So why me? Why us? Why did you need us? What are you doing?
This is the first time I've been able to acquire a dragon.
Oh.
I wasn't
in general, or
I
is the
wasn't-
first time you've been
I
able to
wasn't-
hatch it?
I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen, and if something terrible happened, I would much prefer not to lose any of my sworn fighters or sworn people.
Oh, okay.
What do you want?
Sold.
Do we want to offer our assistance?
We can. I mean,
Well, maybe I could.
we already kind of. You're already a part of another army, though. I don't know. You could tell him if he helps us take the keep, we'll help him.
Yeah.
In his endeavors.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just tell him, it's like, hey, our people have been have been have been plagued by this this cursed land, by these fire creatures.
He's looking at you. He's looking down at you, and he kind of disinterest. He's like, "You're Crom clan."
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah,
yes.
You are. That's correct.
Very proud.
So Arvia, were you in her band?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
What is she doing? And so you relay that her plan is to rove these lands and try to build up an army and march over to Vond and retake that traditional stronghold of the dwarves. She wants to reclaim that, is what she wants to do.
Right.
And you relay that to Zertorm, and he takes that in, and he you can tell that kind of adds to his little mental calculus of everything he's been thinking about. He's like, okay. He's like, are you pledged to her? Which, if I recall, you guys all did pledge to her, correct? Because she said, finish up your business at Amber's Peak and meet me over at this other place in the west whenever you're done. And you all
forgot.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't whatever. You haven't signed a contract. You just said that you would. So he asked you. I mean, he's kind of inferring that you're not part of her clan, because otherwise you'd be with her. But yet here you are before him, talking to Dorian. So he's asking you personally, but then you can tell he also means the four of you. Are you with her?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to be careful, what I say.
Be bold, dwarf.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we pledge allegiance to the highest, bidder, or or something like that. The person with the most money.
Who will
Most power.
financially support us?
Give me an allowance.
You say that, and he just kind of he laughs, but not any kind of humor. But he just laughs, and he just he does one of these yep, I know. He's just got one of those kind of laughs. He's like, he's just some things never change. And he says, so you'd be willing to join me if the price was right?
Yeah.
Your whole party, or just you?
I mean,
I would have to go back and I could relay this. I guess make me an offer. Like, you know, I mean, I can relay this back to my group.
No offers until I know how many are willing to join.
I don't know if you could ask him this, Joe,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
ask him. I mean, does Zirtorm and then this lady with the dwarven Arvia,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Arvia of Krom.
yeah, and heading for Vond, do they want the same thing? Do they want to defeat all these demons and right? Maybe ask him that. Do you want the same thing as this other dwarven army?
So you want to ask him that?
Yeah, you know what? I should maybe I should take back like what I said. Like I don't feel like that's like what Dorian would do, because I mean he's deeply committed to his friends. And I mean I think that's like part of his traits.
Yeah.
And
his
I
pride
think
or
he
whatever.
yeah, I think he would be loyal to Daria or
Arvia.
Arvia. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna write down something. Arvia. Take some notes. I think he would be loyal, but maybe I'll make him an offer to say, you know, if you help, you know, I can help you, you know, my party can help you if you help us, you know. I am committed to Arvia, and someday we seek to, you know, take back the keep, the ancient dwarven keep.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we can't, you know, can't do it alone. I think. I don't know. Anyways, try to express that you know, that I'm willing to help him in his quest if it's noble.
Okay, so he just
Yes.
nods. He's like, "What about the rest of your party? Are they with you, or can they be?" Well, so you retracted your thing about you go to the highest bidder. You don't want to say that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't want to
okay.
say that.
That's fine. Okay, so yeah, so he says, then what about your friends? Are they loyal like you? Did they pledge to RV already?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think you all
Maybe you
did.
go into-
I think you all verbally said that you would join her, right?
Anybody wants to jump ship?
If I'm remembering correctly, you guys all did agree to join her army.
I think so. We did.
Okay, so but whatever, you don't have to. You're not stuck with that. If you want to, he's just said so. So I guess how would Dorian answer this? Sounds like you're trying to be an honest person. What would you say?
Say you could work for both. I don't know.
That's a suggestion.
Yeah. We'll be like a contractor. You know, a short 6-month contract, and then once the job's finished,
Or be
we'll go back to Arvia.
a double agent.
Yeah, there you
Do you know what we fight against?
go.
Dear old daddy.
Yeah. You're fighting against your dad. Yeah, I mean, isn't he like raising an army to fight
Zygofer?
Zygofer?
He is. That's what you've heard.
Send him into a.
Well, then we have the same enemy.
It's true.
You could put him into a. What is it? A state of remembrance. You know, just be like, Mother is yelling again.
What?
Just intentionally trying to bring up like his
Just go like
worst children.
Just go like Sigmund Freud on him. Get him all.
Yeah.
When did you first realize?
Yes.
I don't know.
Tell me, how did it make you feel when you're
Yes.
Can you point out on this doll, sir?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Sick.
When did you first reveal to your father that you were You were gay. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No. I'm kidding.
So so Zertorm, he's very lethargic and slow and like despondent, kind of like he looks like he's depressed, honestly. And he's now that you're talking to him, and he's not using some sort of crazy magical voice projection. He's just talking like his normal speech. He sounds like sad and depressed is what he sounds like. He doesn't sound, he's just everything he talks, he's almost mumbling, and he's just very apathetic about things from all intents that you can tell. You can't see his face. So anyway, he's up there on the inner wall on this baby dragon. Nice. And he
It's the sound of the dragon.
That's what
Yeah,
the
that
dragon
was-
sounds like.
that was the dragon, and
Lord.
you hear just like that kind of a sound and a jerk, and instantly the dragon gets up on all fours and jumps down onto the ground. It's like a 20-foot drop, 25-foot drop off this battlement onto the ground. And then he runs up towards you and then like parks it. So this dragon is now laying down. It's got one eye on you. Its head is facing away to the side. It's got this one big green eye like looking right at you. And now Zertorm is right in front of you. He's 3 feet away from you, this armor gleaming. This beast is breathing, it's right against you, and he looks down at you. He says, and when he looks down at you, he's got a armor helmet on, but it's got like a little break in the middle of it where you can like kind of see him through a little part of his like kind of this little T pattern. You see his eyes. And you see like the center part of his, like where his mouth and nose, the rest of his face is all covered, but you see that little part of him, and it looks not natural. It looks like he makes a point to like look at you, but then he says, gather your party and come find me tonight. And then he jumps up. That's all he says, and he turns away. And in that second, you see his face, and it looks extremely not normal. You can't get it's such a brief second. You can just tell, like, it looked like not good.
Deformed, or
It just did not look. It was such a brief, it was such a brief instant of vision. You couldn't really see, but you could just tell, like, it didn't look right. Something about it looked very wrong. But that's all you could tell. You couldn't get any detail, Dorian. And so he says, gather your party and meet me tonight. And he jumps, and then he kicks the dragon up and jumps over the wall and retreats into the keep. And we'll stop there for tonight.
wow, that was so good, so good.
Was it?
I like
I think
puked
so.
like right after that.
It's fun to realize, and you take your time sometimes, which is totally fine. But I mean, that you have to come up with, what Zertorm was gonna say on the spot, and just all this stuff, and that's cool. That's not an easy task, and it's just, I don't know, because we've been playing this for a while now. It's like I forget the fact that the whole Zertorm and all that stuff is coming from you, and I mean, some of it may be written out of a book or whatever, but it's just like, oh, I get. It's just like, it's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's definitely a living, breathing world at this point, right? And it's kind of come beyond us at this. It's cool.
That's cool.
Definitely feel invested. I feel like we should try more. I think Joe's bold move of going in there was great.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I was almost sure you guys were going to run away with the crowd, which would have been fine. I mean, I kind of had an idea of what I could have done had you done that, but no, that was cool. That's why I wanted to throw that elementalist running back in to try to be a hero or something, to see if that kind of prompted you guys to maybe want to turn around and try. So that's cool.
Oh, nice.
But I
I
mean,
want to.
go ahead.
In the end, I want to try to. I mean, this old dwarven keep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be awesome to
Make it there.
I don't know if we'll ever get there, but it would be cool to make that, our keep.
That's definitely a bucket list of this game. Is I want to
Yeah,
find some old
yeah.
castle and make it our own type of thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. I feel like that's kind of my personal end goal. I think.
Okay. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just plot. This is like outline of the campaign, but at any time you guys want, you can do whatever you want, really. But as far as like building a stronghold, if you recall the mechanics of it, you need to have like a steady income because you've got like upkeep for you need to like build things. It's a financial investment that gives you mechanical rewards if you stay there. It gives you benefits, but it costs you money too. And like I said, if you recall from the player's book, the stronghold is its own whole chapter. I mean, it's one of those you can go as deep into it as you want, and like I want to build a archery range in it. I want to build another whatever. I mean, you can go. They have like individual buildings in Crab if you want, or I guess you can make it more bare bones and abstract than that. But anyway, it's there.
I want it to be a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
WKs.
What?
Do what?
Can we build ballistas and trebuchets?
I know you. I haven't really looked, but I know you can have you can have an army. I know you can have an army that you can do because like if you turn it into like a horde where you have all of your treasure and everything there, then there are events that basically happen off camera, basically with you guys or in the party, and then while you're away, or sometimes while you're there, some army will come and try to storm your castle, and you have an army that can defend it. And there's some really rudimentary roles to determine who wins and what happens. And then if you guys are like on the scene, you guys can impact it more directly. That's a whole separate game as well, a mini game or whatever, basically a mini game. Yep, so all that stuff is accounted for in the rules.
I can see our means of making income. Dira will take a party out and, pillage and steal from people.
Dira going dark side. Love it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And anybody I heal, we can use them as workforce.
I'm gonna
They
stab
have to
her.
pay off
I'm gonna
fully.
stab her in the hand. And she looks around just to see if she's alive.
Everything's fine here. Fine here. I'm a medic.
Yeah.
You couldn't miss, ma'am, are you alive? No, I'm gonna get my knife out or my sword and
I
puncture
just
her.
wanted to get straight to the point.
Yeah,
That's all.
to the very sharp little point. I wanted to get that thing wet with blood. That was amazing.
All right, Peyton. Note to self: make sure you're not on MRT at work.
Yeah, that's right. You're.
What are you doing?
We don't stab
Just
the
make
patients.
sure you're alive and breathing.
That was awesome.
I asked for help and you stabbed me in the hand.
Marcus brings some guy back to life and then punches him in the skull. That was
Yeah.
next level. That was next
Remember his
level.
hand doing it.
That was
Wait.
next level. I'm like, okay.
He was being loud. I didn't want him to attract the dragons.
It's like,
We'll have to play the video back, Mike. But there was a point to where Joe asked a really deep question, and then I think you responded with kind of like a deeper response, and right then the music just it all changed. I'm like, no, it's like perfect. It's like so cinematic.
Oh, there's music. I keep forgetting that there was music.
at the Zertorm conversation.
Oh shoot! I didn't have my the mic
the
for my computer on.
I'll
I
have
forgot that
to
there was music.
I'll have to listen to that.
It was
Yeah.
like
During the conversations, my mind is like racing. I'm like trying to figure out what to say. Like it's pretty stressful, but it's awesome. I'm like,
yeah. You're doing great. So
That's cool. Yeah. So let's see. So what did I say?
Oh yeah, we got to
experience
experience.
points.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say. So we've got 2 sessions worth of experience.
Yes.
So everyone, get your sheets out, and let me get my little. Oh, I closed my cheat sheet, but I have it here. Player's handbook. Your adventure. Okay, leveling up. Are we ready? Okay, so here. Did you participate in the game session? Yes. So we'll say you get 2 XP because this is 2 sessions worth. So all of you get 2 XP for that. Did you travel to a new hex? No. Did you discover a new adventure site? No. Did you defeat one or more monsters? No. Did you find a treasure worth 1 gold or more? No, you found 2 silver on a dead woman. Did you build a function in your stronghold? No. Did you use your pride or your dark secret? No. Did you risk your life for another PC? Did any of you risk your lives for one another these last 2 sessions? I don't believe so, but I don't think none of you did tonight, but on last week did you guys do any? I'm trying to I don't think so. And then did you perform any extraordinary action of some kind? I would say I'd give 1 to Dorian for doing the brave, just walking up. That's pretty. Even Zertorm was like, he said that's pretty brave. Now,
that's 2 dragons.
So
I guess I would say, I'm trying to think. I guess I would give Dira 1 XP for doing that, actually stabbing someone. It's not good. Like doing something so extra, like beyond like what? And because Dira's playing kind of like baddie, like not trying to follow social norms or be good, and she's kind of really.
Would that fall under like kind of reputation points or something like that? I mean, 2 people watched her do that.
Absolutely, it will. Absolutely. Yes.
What's with the dice mechanic or the dice next to the reputation?
You have a great reputation.
So while I finish my thought there, for this session, Dira and Dorian both get an extra 1 XP because they did stuff that was pretty next level. Okay, so what was the question what was your question?
I guess I can look it up, but the reputation, there's dice next to it on the character sheet.
Let me pull up a character sheet. Reputation
comes into play later.
Oh, you roll it, yeah. Oh. It's so when you arrive at a new settlement, there is a chance. So this is right out of the rule book. So as far as reputation goes, when you arrive at a new settlement in Forbidden Lands, there is a chance that people have heard of you. You must be introduced by name or have truly distinctive appearance for this to happen. So you roll your reputation die. You roll a d6 equal to your reputation score. If you roll 1 or more 6s, then your reputation precedes you, and then people have heard of you and your deeds. That doesn't mean positive. I mean, if you're a bunch of Diras going around stabbing people, it doesn't mean
nobody needs to know about that.
That's what I'm saying. But if there's people who are witnesses and run away shrieking, then there are going to be people who know about that. And so that's all it means is if you keep acting this way, or good or bad or whatever, if you keep making a name for yourself and your reputation builds, then you roll these dice, and basically it just means people, whenever you go to new places, people have heard of you or not. And then that's one mechanic. There's also things like if you're a bunch of humans and you go into a beast camp or something, there's different kin modifiers to it. There's also NPCs, like Zertorm has a reputation. Any kind of named big deal NPCs that are like big plot points in the campaign, they all have a reputation score as well. You roll. There's mechanics for that too, basically. And so for growing your reputation, so here's how you grow. During the game, your reputation score will increase. After a game in which you have performed 1 or more great or terrible deeds of some kind, here we go. So during the game, your reputation score will increase. After a game session in which you have performed 1 or more great or terrible deeds of some kind, one of which was made known to the world and will be spoken of for years to come, your reputation score increases by 1 point. What counts as a, quote, great or terrible deed is up to the GM, but here are some examples. if you kill a prominent NPC like Zertorm, if you kill someone like him or you save someone like him from death, that's a big deal. If you kill a feared monster, which I think I did give you a reputation point after the very first session for killing that serpent, I believe. So that was
Yeah, we've got one.
And so then, or if you find a legendary treasure or artifact, if you find one or steal it, that's something. If you did a deed that permanently altered the overall situation in an adventure site, that's something. The deed will have significant consequences for one of the major factions in the Forbidden Lands. Or if you have built certain functions in your stronghold, that's also how you gain rep. So anyway.
So would you say us participating in that ceremony, which wasn't necessarily our choice, but it's a pretty major event. I don't know.
I mean,
saw us performing.
Not just the ceremony. We are now known as the Dragon Hatchers.
Are you?
We hatched a dragon.
That's true. We did.
I like
Sure.
that.
You've convinced me. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you are all known now because everyone saw you do it. So I'm trying to think. Like, Palakis is the one who told you that Zertorm said you guys will be doing the ceremony, and Palakis was pissed off about it. You can't tell why, because Palakis is pissed about everything all the time. So it was public knowledge that you four were specifically selected for this, and everyone said it was going to be fine, but then lo and behold, this freaking dragon gets hatched. So yes, I will say that you were part of a deed that permanently altered the situation of an adventure site. So I would say yes. Your reputation score increases.
Heck yeah.
So all of your guys' reputation score, add 1 point to it on your character sheet. Okay.
And we obviously look good to the chords too, because we went back.
She was
They didn't want to mess with the dragon.
She was
so we
too,
were like,
Viridia was too dumbfounded and shocked to be impressed. I mean, she's like, you guys are just going to go die. I mean, maybe if she sees you alive next time, then she'll be impressed. But as of now, she's like, you people are ridiculously crazy.
I'll tell them that I bit the dragon back. Tried to take my leg, but I bit it.
Nice.
Nice. Need some sort of evidence.
Yeah, I went back
Cool.
just to collect some dragon parts. Maybe sell them. I thought that dragon was dead. I thought it was dead.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to get some sort of evidence or something to bring back to show.
Keep the
Maria.
rumors going.
Yeah.
Somebody come over here and bite my leg.
You got it.
Need to find we'll get one of those minotaurs to do it.
There you go. All right, you guys. Well, this was fun. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
We did,
super
yes.
fun.
Thank
Very
you.
good. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Yeah,
You
Have a good one.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.